Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me, Junior, again, back with another trip planning video, which is the next step into the trip planning, really. Once you figured out, if you have the hours, once you figured out where you're going, where you're picking up, delivering, whatnot, once you committed to the load, all that, the next step is you have to know where to fuel. How much fuel do you have on hand? How much fuel you're gonna need? How many miles are you running? Empty, loaded, all that kind of stuff. You need to figure out, because we all need it. You're gonna need it to get to where you're picking up and where you're delivering. So I'm gonna show you guys the things that you need to be looking at and what to do and how to go about it. All right. Alright, so according to the gauge, as you can see, it says that I have a quarter tank left. But if you watch my videos and you know me, I don't use the gauge. I base my fuel on gallons. So when I last fueled up, I only filled up 50 gallons. I've used up 27.2, so we'll say 27. And we'll say I've been sitting for about a day and a half. I've been sitting for about a day and a half. So we'll say about 10 gallons on the APU, because it's been running. So that'll say 37 gallons that I've used up. So that leaves me with 13 gallons left on hand. And I'm averaging about 7 miles to the gallon. The winter's not helping. So that means that I can go about 80 miles, about 90 miles to be exact. 13 gallons at 7 miles to the gallon is 91 miles. So from here to my next location, the fuel, it has to be within 91 miles. Give or take, you can push it. You know your limits to your truck. So you have to know how far you can push your truck as far as the fuel. I go gallons, guys. It's more accurate in my case. It's what I use, it's what I teach. So again, I have 13 gallons to get to my fuel location. I'm gonna fuel now before I pick up my load. It's 101 miles to the pickup, and it's 615 miles to the 90 to the delivery. From the pickup to the delivery. So we're talking about 715 miles, because it's 101 empty to the shipper, 614 to the 90, from the shipper to the 90. So that is roughly 715 miles. Remember, that's only what they say that it's gonna be. It's gonna be more than that. So I'm gonna base my mileage off of 800 miles, give or take, around, and then so 800 miles, right? So with that being said, I'm gonna base it off 8 miles to the gallon. I'm gonna need 100 gallons total to run this load from where I'm at to the delivery location. 100 gallons. All right, guys. So once you have that figured out, then you have to look at where you're gonna fuel. Where's the locations at? Also, one of the things to keep in mind is a washout. Do you need a washout? Keep that in mind before going to the pickup. Does the shipper require a washout receipt? Does the shipper require a washout? Can you just sweep it? Do whatever, but keep it clean, or clean it. Another good thing to have is this. This is good to have. Also for the fuel, this is good to have for the fuel stops. It doesn't give you a price, but I'm gonna show you what Prime allows us to use to fuel in the network. And I'm gonna show you that next. So keep in mind, guys, so this next step is figuring out how much fuel you're going to need. Where the fuel do you need a washout? That's important too. You want to have a clean trailer before you pick up. You don't want to get refused. Also, is it a live load, drop and hook, etc., etc.? You know, those things are good to keep in mind. All right, so I'm going to show you guys, you know, how to access the network, the fuel network within Prime's app. Click on the Prime Mobile. Then immediately right here it says Fuel and Services. Click on that, and that will take you to all the fuel network stations that Prime has that we can fuel at. So I know that I have to go down 130. You see where my little truck is? That's where I'm at. I got to go down 130 to 64. And if we look, I'm going to go down 64 to 69 to 24 eventually. But I need fuel now because I only have 13 gallons. So from where I'm at, we say that I can run up to 91 miles. I have 13 gallons, 7 miles to the gallon, but 91 miles. So this stop is right here. It's $1.80, which is not bad compared to what's around. So we'll see what it is. Zoom in just like a regular computer, 2 fingers, you know, right here. It's a Road Ranger, pilot type. It's $1.80. That sounds good. So I already know that's where I'm going to fuel at. Also, washout. You see this water drops right here to the right? That's a washout location. You can also use the blue beacon location thing that I showed you guys. But let me show you here. All right, so if you want to find out just the truck washes, click on the little icon above the plus sign on the bottom right, and then truck wash. And then it'll list all the truck washes near you or en route. Which, if you look, we got to come down 130 to Grayville, and then get on 64, and then get on 41. So in Warrenton, that's where I'm going to fuel. I'm going to wash out. That's a blue beacon. So that's good. So I know there's a blue beacon right there. All right, so we're going to go back, and it tells you it's 65 miles away. So we're going to go back to everything, and we're going to go back to the fuel. It's going to tell me how far away it is. And it says it's 37 miles. Do I have enough fuel to get there? Yes. So I'm going to get there, fuel up, then head over to the washout. Another option you can guys use is a Macro 27, and I'm going to show you that, guys, right now. All right, guys, so I just got dispatch on the load. Let me show you what it looks like. The Macro 27 right there. Then we're going to put an X at a quarter tank, because that's what we're looking at, or that I got on hand. And then we'll wait for it to come back. All right, so the message just came back, and this is what it looks like. Let me show you guys. And boom, remember that Road Ranger that I was telling you about? It's telling me to fill up there as well. And if you look at the price, it's $181. So again, guys, this is what the Macro 27 looks like on the Qualcomm. All right, so I'm gonna show you what it looks like on the mobile app. So we're gonna go to the 3 little dashes up top, and then go to macros, and then best fuel stop number 27, which is the same thing as the Qualcomm, but it's on the mobile app. Let me see. We got 13 gallons. MPG, we're doing 7.0. Send route, yes, we want to compare the route. We need def, yes. Well, we're not going to say anything. I'll say yes, it don't matter. Alright, we'll hit done. We're going to send it. We're going to wait for this to come back. Alright, so the message came back, and this is what it says. Level 46 gallons. I don't know why it says 46 gallons when I told it 13. It's still telling us to fuel at the Road Ranger in Grayville, Illinois. I don't know where to get 46 gallons from, but and that's our route. It says 130 south to 64 east to 69 south to 41 to 24 east to 75 south to 16 east, 95 north. And if you look at the directions, that's exactly what I got. So I think we're doing good, guys. So again, this is part of the trip planning. This is stuff that you want to be doing prior to you even starting driving towards your pickup or whatnot, you know what I mean, your delivery, so you don't have to do it as you drive. All right, guys, again, be safe. And again, this is what it looks like. All right, this is the Micro 27. All right, guys, so that's how you would do it. Fuel, washout if you need it. In my case, I'm gonna go to that Road Ranger. I got plenty of fuel to get there. I need 37 miles, I think it was, to get there. I got enough for 91 miles, so I should be good. Get there, fuel up, and I'm gonna fuel up enough to get me to the 90. This is what I do. Everybody works differently, so just try to consume as little fuel as you need. You don't want to overfuel. Anything that you overfuel on is just, you know, money that you could have this week on this week's paycheck. If you overfuel towards the end of the week, then that money is just gonna be sitting there. Not saying that it won't help next week, but you want to maximize this week. So with all that being said, guys, I'm gonna get to the Road Ranger. I'm gonna fuel up the 100 gallons that I said that I was gonna fill up. In my case, it's 100 gallons based on my 800 miles to get there. That's all I need. That's all I'm gonna fuel. I'm basing it off 8 miles to the gallon. If I need any more en route, then I'll stop en route. But until then, that's what I'm gonna base it off of. All right, guys, I hope this video helps you, and I hope you understand the steps. There's 4 other videos behind this one that you need to watch in order to understand, you know, the trip planning. And sometimes you're gonna have to do this while you're driving. And I'm not saying you're gonna full-blown do it, but you're gonna be thinking how many miles you gotta drive, you know, where you're gonna fuel up, you know, do you need a washout, stuff like that, you know, basic stuff. Then once you pull off in the safe place and do all the paperwork, then you figure out everything and write it down, so that way you're not having to figure it out. You're not having to figure it out while you're driving, looking at the Qualcomm, looking at you don't want to be looking at your phone while you're driving, obviously, but you know, all that stuff you want to plan. This is why it's called trip planning. So you plan ahead, so that way whenever you start driving, you got nothing to worry about. All right, guys, I hope this video helps you. I hope you understand. If you have any questions, please leave them below, and I will try to get back to you. All right, thank you.